The Seventh Tower by Garth Nix. Book 2, Castle. Chapter 14. Milla regained consciousness, instantly appraising her situation as she had been trained to do. This was not easy, since she was in total darkness, but she could still hear and smell. So she lay where she was, reaching out with senses made sharper without sight, while she went over what had happened. She remembered Tal shouting at her to run. Then she had wounded one of the enemy in the arm. She wasn't sure what happened after that. Clearly she had been captured, but she was not tied up, as she would have been by an enemy Icecarl clan. The Chosen might have other ways to restrain her. Moving slowly and surreptitiously, Milla touched the floor. It was some sort of smooth, cool material, not stone or bone. The only things she could compare it to were the crystal ladder in the heating tunnels, or the pyramid of Imrir. Milla extended her arms, feeling with her fingertips. The floor started to curve up, not very far out. It took Milla only a few seconds to work out that she was contained inside a globe, a crystal globe. It was large enough for her to sit up, but she couldn't stand. And despite the absence of holes, fresh air somehow got in. The situation appeared even worse than the plight of the legendary Ulla Strongarm, who had been swallowed by an ancient broken-jawed Selski and had to cut her way free from its stomach. She had supposedly never eaten Selski meat again after that. Crouching, Milla sniffed the air once more. As she thought, there was the hint of fresh air and the faintest draft. The globe must have tiny holes. She could smell dust, too, and at least one person. Sweat hung rank in the air. "So you have woken, underfolk," said a voice in the darkness. Milla moved to face the voice, calmly and slowly, as befitted a shield maiden. She had already begun the Rovkir breathing, the steady intake and exhalation of breath that helped keep her fear under control. "A shield maiden should fear, for fear is human," she recited mentally. "But a shield maiden must not show fear, nor let it rule her." "I am not an underfolk," she said aloud. "I am an Icecarl. Free me from this cage, and I will fight you." "An Icecarl?" asked the voice. "You have an imagination. That is rare in underfolk." Milla did not answer. She closed her fists instead and pushed them together. Breath came and went, and she slowly tensed and relaxed every muscle in her body, starting from her toes. Breathing caused a surprising amount of pain due to the bruises, burns, and dull ache in her side where the Merwin had struck her. "Is that what you dream of?" asked the voice. "You invent yourself another life, where you are not just an underfolk of the castle. Well, let us see." A faint hissing sound came from near Milla's feet. Instantly she jumped up, pressing her hands and feet against the globe to lift herself off the floor. It was not some sort of shadow coming in as she'd feared. A sickly, sweet smell attacked her nostrils. Bad air, thought Milla, and she held her breath. But not bad air like in the heating tunnels. This smelled of cooking and metal. Instinctively, she knew people had made it. Light was beginning to blossom around the globe. Sunstones were sparking into life. Different colored stones shone focused rays into the globe rather than diffusing light all around. In the light of 7 different colors, Milla could see that the crystal of the globe contained thousands of thin silver wires. The rays from the sunstones hit these wires and sent light shooting through them, making a complex pattern whirl around and around the globe. She also saw a colored mist slowly rising from the base of the globe, so she kept holding her breath. The colored lights were doing something to her, though. She could feel them as well as see them, even with her eyes closed. It felt as if they touched nerves under her skin. Her teeth ached, and it felt as if thousands of sharp needles were pricking all over her legs and arms. She saw the spirit shadow, and the man it was connected to. They were approaching the globe, hobbling together. It was as if the worst of the Mother Crone's cautionary tales had come alive in front of her. A shadow had overcome a man and absorbed him. Shocked, she took a sudden, short breath. Even as she realized her mistake, the sweet smoke was entering her lungs. Milla felt dizzy and very, very tired. She slid slowly down the globe until she was once more resting on the bottom. Her eyes closed, and she drifted into sleep. Fashnik touched the globe. His spirit shadow arm slowly pushed through the crystal. The pincer opened and extended itself around Milla's head, but the pincer did not close. Fashnik smiled. Using his human hand, he raised a sunstone. He concentrated on it, and it flashed with light. The other sunstones all around flashed too, filling the globe with swirling colors. Fashnik shut his eyes and entered Milla's dreams.